Could you explain briefly what Coursera is about?
Coursera is a social entrepreneurship company whose goal it is to take the best courses from the best instructors at the best universities and make them available online to everyone around the world for free. And one of the things that distinguishes this is that these are real courses. That is, it's not just videos. There's also exercises where students get to practice with the material and really understand it in depth, as well as a social community that develops around each one of the courses where students help each other with the hard bits, asking each other questions and working together to achieve better understanding of the material.
So the main difference compared to other online courses would be what exactly?
So there aren't that many online, well, sorry, let me take that back.
Yeah.
There are online courses out there that are at small scale. So many universities have had online programs at a relatively small scale that are basically extensions of the way they do their normal teaching. And most of the assessments are actually still manually graded by instructors and teaching assistants. Then you have various, on the other side, various online offerings that are mostly just content. These are things like iTunes U or YouTube EDU that are just basically video only. We, I think, are the first to offer a real course experience at this type of scale where you have tens of thousands or as many as 100,000 students per class, which of course requires that you be able to take meaningful work and grade it at scale and also provide a meaningful way for students to interact with each other and with the course material at these kinds of scales. And so that's really the biggest difference that I think that characterizes us is high quality education at scale.
That's a big point. How do you grade so many students at a time?
Well, so I think that was one of the biggest challenges that we had to face going in. And what we've discovered is that with the use of modern technology, one can grade a reasonable amount of work at scale. So in addition to your relatively generic multiple choice, one can also grade short answer questions, short phrases, not paragraphs, but phrases. One can grade math, mathematical expressions, mathematical derivations. One can grade different types of models, whether it's models of physical systems or models of economic systems. For example, models represented as an Excel spreadsheet can be automatically graded, and one can grade programming assignments. Now that, of course, still leaves open the question of how you grade much more critical thinking style questions, such as essay questions in the humanities, or how do you grade designs or business plans or medical case studies. Currently, these are things that computers cannot automatically grade. And for that, we had to develop a fairly elaborate and carefully thought out peer grading pipeline where students critically evaluate each other's work. Yes.
Yeah. Peer grading.
Yes. So let me just start that sentence from the beginning. So for that, we've had to develop a fairly sophisticated and carefully thought out peer grading pipeline where students in the class critically assess and provide feedback to each other's work. And this technology has been tested and demonstrated effectively in the context of small classes, 20, 30, 40 students. But we were the first to take that and extend it to classes that have tens of thousands of students. And that poses interesting challenges because if you have a class of 20 and there's a teacher doing oversight on the peer grading process, then students are much more likely to be accountable and provide meaningful feedback to their fellow students. So how do you incentivize students and how do you construct the process so that the feedback the students provide to each other is reliable and constructive?
It's like interviewing.
We should, one more.